Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gears Esports Championship Sunday. And I don't know where you've been unless it's been under a rock. This is Grand Finals. I am Colin the Crow Clark, and I am being joined by the one and the only Jacob MVPR, the duo, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that's been here all weekend listening to my stupidity. How you doing for one final go at it, PR?
I'm doing fantastic, just like a lot of these fans here today. I am on the edge of my seat. I'm ready to witness history in the making, because just like I tweeted out, Colin, we're going to have a new champion. And by new champion, I mean the Kenny and Powers perfection run has come to an end. We're either going to see the new young guns in Vanquish take home their first title, or Latin America as a whole will be reign supreme over Gears Esports, bringing home the first title to not only some of these players, but the region as a whole.
Well, look, I'm going to cut right to the chase. I don't know how much time we have before we get into map one, but I'm going to put you on the spot. Very first week of Pro League, you and I had to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe, blow for blow, and I picked UIU. You picked Pittsburgh Knights. The next time we faced off in that situation, I picked Vanquish. You picked Pittsburgh Knights. You have stayed with your team. You have stayed with your region. Do you still stand with them right here, right now, before a grand finals?
See, Fallout kind of said it perfect. There's passion, there's loyalty, there's family. The only thing that we're not is blood brothers, because we have been together for the longest time. Me and the Pittsburgh Knights will continue to reign supreme. I will agree with some of our analysts. It does look bleak. It does look hard. They're going to have to climb Mount Everest and be sprinkled with miracles along the way, but there's one thing for sure. I don't have my shirt with me, but I have all of the Pittsburgh Knights fired up and ready to go as they take this series and start down 1-0.
Oh my God. I cannot believe you brought the PK army with you to your prediction. But you know what? I'm not mad at you. I don't blame you. I don't think for 1 second that I would have believed you if you'd even picked Vanquish. I'd have said, you're out of your mind. You're lying to me. Where's Jacob? What did you do with it? Where is he tied up at? But look, I'm going to go ahead and do it once again. I have been the villain to that entire region for as long as I can remember. Because one of the good things about working with you is that you always do pick them. So I always get to be the bad guy. It's fine. Everybody can hate me. I'll take that weight of the world on my shoulders. Pittsburgh Knights, Identivez' own words. Some of these guys don't show up on LAN. I remember Hndles having a showcase on LAN way back when on Nimbus, and every time he's gotten a chance since then, every time Vital Sam has been asked to be put to the test, he has shown up on LAN. I don't blame the other three for not having a chance to be on a main stage looking across at the Pittsburgh Knights. I blame the global bastard going around that's shutting everything down for the reason we're sitting here. But that just tells me one other thing. That you're looking for any excuse already. You're looking for whatever you can grab out of your pockets to say, that's why we lost. We weren't on LAN. You're already down 1-0 in maps. They've already embarrassed you 10-1 across 2 maps earlier in the day. So I'm sticking with my pick. I'm sticking with NA. I'm sticking with a coach in Great who played in Mexico City as a player after coaching a whole pro league, who then took PDHM to back-to-back better finishes than anybody picked them for, and is now taking a team from challengers to #1 seed in the Pro League to #1 seed in the Major to grand finals with a 1-0 map count lead on the backs of 5 of the best players in the world who have proven it time and time again. It's Vanquish. It is Vanquish all day. They will slay and vanquish their opponents. We have map 1 starting up. PR is sticking with Pittsburgh. I am going with the sword and the shield of Vanquish, and I guarantee each and every one of you in the chat, you are about to get a war, because whatever Pittsburgh Knight had left in the gas tank, they better expunge it and expend it right here, right now, PR. They better be ready for what's coming their way.
I hope they're ready. Hopefully they can have a better showing here than that winners finals. PK coming back, taking out UIU, and that was the thing. That was a revenge match. UIU was angry, and that was the story. An angry explosive is not a story a team you want to play against, but they did it. PK in the losers finals found a way to make it happen. And this is one more opportunity, one more chance. And there's one thing I will say, Colin, you had mentioned something. You had mentioned that VQ has been here before and they have done it again, but no, They have been at the top, yes, taken first in the Pro League, taken some emergent states, but they have not been in a grand finals before. They have not had lights this bright shining on them before. They have not been on this big of a stage with thousands upon thousands of dollars on the line. So yes, you guys might be believers in this VQ squad. Heck, I might even be a little bit of a believer. But if there's one thing I believe in, it's the loyalty, it's the passion, it's the region of Latin America. Like I said, the Pittsburgh Knights down 1-0. It does start with map number 1. The Pittsburgh Knights are going to have to win map number 1 if they're looking to come back from that 1-0 deficit.
Hey, look, and I expect Pittsburgh Knights to come out hot and firing on all cylinders. We got to see the fly-through. We know what map number 1 is. We know how all of the analysts broke down Vaskar as well. I expect this to become a shotgun fest. I expect both teams to challenge every single fight, because this has to be one of those statement maps. I talked about it on Friday, where you have to come out hot and you have to stay hot all weekend long because it's time for the major. Well, now you better be burning hotter than blue flame. You better make the sun look like where you're popping popcorn in a microwave. You better make this thing absolutely atomic, because now you better make sure you go forward into this Vaskar map. I don't care if it's a 2v2 to win the round. If you play scared, you are going to get chumped in front of God and everybody. And there is not a person on the planet that wants to get chumped in front of everybody, especially Twitch chat. Believe you me, I've been chumped before in front of them. It ain't the best feeling in the world.
Have you seen my season predictions? Oh man, I've just been drowned out by chat all time long. But there's one thing for sure here in this one that I do want to kind of touch on. That it's kind of the reason why I love casting with you as well. Even though we do have, you know, relationships with some of the players, have relationships with full teams, we kind of stick it right down the middle. I'm going for PK. My loyalty is true, but I said it. Vanquish is a strong team, and there's going to have to be miracles on the side of PK if they're going to have to come back from this one. But it is definitely possible, and they have my heart on their side. But I will went ahead and say that this is their opportunity. All excuses are out the window. I know you said, hey, if this wasn't on LAN, it wouldn't have happened. But guess what? They've known for months this is not going to be LAN. They've had months to prepare for this online tournament, to change their mental game, to change their strategies to kind of fit this online play. So even though, yes, you might have players go out there and make that excuse, but honestly, Colin, it's not a real excuse to me.
Well, we're going to come here and see how these teams decide to play it. Vanquish go ahead and cap up their home 2 deep. They forfeit it up to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh now rotating over toward A. They're going to have a 4-man defense set up and waiting for Vanquish to try to push through that spawn area. Vital Sam already down once. Precision's going to get downed as well. Lancer Fire tried and true for 2 members of the Pittsburgh Knights, and now they have this set up. It is a shooting gallery. They're going to be ducks in a barrel, fish in a barrel, whatever you'd like to say. They're going to get a bunch of downs, so now they just have to put in damage. They don't even need the chunks anymore, but already popping off. Reptilian pushes up. Hndles gets one of his own. Identivez tries to answer back, but people are falling left and right. Now it's a 2v1. One more shot on the Precisions will get him down. 2 left alive. Acells gets it down. He's going to try to down out Raver as well. He is stuck on this side of the map. He cannot get caught out in between both the respawns and the players of Pittsburgh Knights. They get another down. Dezonide goes for the fakie, the up air back A, the cancel, the double shot down. What domination? What kind of shotgun play are we seeing? Identivez down. Triple cap domination comes through, and Vanquish picks up right where they left off.
You know, I think I figured out VQ at this point after watching Acells not miss a single shot there. Because you ever think about those interviews with the departed mental from Optic, every time they're winning championship after championship, asking how you do it, what is your game plan? You know what he says to them? Just hit your shots. Just hit your shots. Watching VQ play in a lot of these exchanges, they are not missing a single shot, but their opponents, they're missing crucial shots and taking some of these battles. So if PK is looking to take this one away from VQ, they need to start winning these individual battles, and then you can start worrying about strategy. Then you can start worrying about rotations, because if you're getting eliminated right away, you're not able to rotate, Colin.
And one of the things that we saw in that first round, Pittsburgh Knights, they went for the home-to-home stretch early. They pulled back to play defense. Look, they're trying the same exact tactic. They have now rotated around over to the A-hill. They're going to come from the same side that Vanquish tried to. Smokes out. That's going to open up this lane. They're going to be able to roll across freely. They're not going to have all the extra downs that Vanquish had, so it's going to come down to winning shotgun fights. I wonder if Vanquish is going to over-rotate or if they're going to continue to play defense. It looks like they're mounting 3 players here to try to Lancer out, to put damage onto these players for the Pittsburgh Pittsburgh Knights. Nobody pushing up there, just getting downs and damage right now. Identivez down, 2 shots in and out. You see them rotating around in a second shot. My God, what is in Acells' shotgun? Other than pellets, it's gotta be concrete blocks in apartment complex. My God, he's got bricks in there.
And the way he's not missing might even be heat-seeking missiles on his targets. PK is forced once more to play for the back foot. Triple cap domination sounding off. We've seen SuMuNs be a hero once this tournament. He's going to have to do it again. But no, he does get taken down. On the other side of the map, though, Identivez did die, making sure that hill was decapped. But Dezonide gets taken down. SuMuNs, Identivez, 3 players from PK are going to fall. They're trying to battle back. They're trying to do what they can. Raver gets caught out of position. Monkyz gets a down, but he has no help. Raver needs to find a hill, but he gets lancered out. VQ does it again. And Colin, what I'm noticing is not only are they not missing a shot with their shotguns, their lancers are on point. Cells, he's able to one-shot down everybody and their mother because they have that pre-fire damage from somebody on VQ.
What a fantastic job. And you said it. Look, everybody at home, take notes. Every time I see slander on Twitter about the Lancer, it makes me laugh to the bank because then I know I don't have to worry about it. Nobody's going to Lancer me down when I go and play this game. I can take whatever shotgun fight I want. And you know damn well as I do, PR, if you pull that Lancer out, if you help your teammates out and then you gas them up like, yeah, you won that fight by yourself, and they don't have any the wiser, any more know-how, they just think they damaged them a little bit. I want you to know you are creating invincible monsters that will fly across the map for you at a moment's notice, and Vanquish is doing that to perfection. They're going to set up and play a little bit more defense here at their home. Acells will go down first. There's the retake, but the Incendiary from Precisions finds its target. 1 death comes through. Identivez down now. They have to drop the meat shield. There's a 1v1 in the middle of the map. 1 by Vanquish. Things are falling apart quickly on the rest of the map.
You don't really see that angle from Precision too much. That instant that you're talking about from the center of the map. And then he took that 1v1 like you said. Precision is just playing lights out, and so is the rest of Vanquish. PK did a good job of decapping some hills, but they need more. They need to continue going forward. They don't have the advantage right now. That's going to go over to VQ for just a few seconds here because they are going and threatening the home hill of Knights, which means that once that players do spawn up, they're going to be able to spawn up with spawn shield and try to get these eliminations. They have to be quick, though, because this is a 4v3 advantage for PK. Identivez with spawn shield, take it out. Hndles, another one of the cells is going to fall. That's going to leave Vital all by his lonesome. He can't get any trades if you're a BQ fan here. You have to make sure to get this elimination, but look how much time they're wasting. And down on Dezonide, he gets a kill. Somehow Vital, in a situation where he should have been lights out, no questions asked, gets a trade. That is going to be big for the side of VQ, and once this defense comes through, but a triple cap domination, Mr. Craft's play, luckily Monkyz was there, and it was Vital. It was Vital.
Vital has got to stop doing that to people because all weekend long, he's won rounds like that where they get down. They're like, we're going to bleed you out. And he said, I'm going to crawl over there and I'm going to make it worse on you because I'm going to start decapping this hill. Precision's going to move up. He's going to take the spot right over here on the Monkyz, backside of the pillar, pushing up toward Identivez. They've switched home hills now to where PK has to come back off of respawn and try to get their home hill. Dezonide, 1 out of 4 respawns, coming back up that stairwell. He can't go down again. That's a big problem if he dies. But you see PK fighting back, PR, and that's what they need. This is a round they have to win. 3-0 is not something you can fall to.
That definitely is, especially against a team that's already up 1-0, a team that has not lost a series all tournament long. Now Vital has to keep doing what he's been doing. Oh my God, he just dominates Dezonide. SuMuNs there able to clean that one up, but the damage has been done. He's gonna get that free decap on B, while VQ is trying to fight for their lives. They're trying to get that decap on A. They got it on C, so this round is gonna continue, but it's up to the Knights here to try to keep a hold of this hill capture, because now they're going to regain the lead. But if VQ can somehow capture A, that lead will go right back over. Ball will be in PK's court to make a move, and I don't think it's going to happen this late. Dezonide has no lives, like you said.
And right there, SuMuNs is dead in the middle. Dezonide on that ledge. He's going to go over to tank. It's going to be a 1v1 at tank, and Dezo's going to have to play a little scared. I don't know if he can fly into that fight the way he normally would. The deaths are coming through at their home hill. He had to take it. He finally does win one. That'll be on Vital, Sam. He's going to keep control over the B hill, but the rest of PK died at their home. Less than 10 seconds to go, and I believe the Pittsburgh Knights are staring down the barrel of a 3-0 deficit on Vaskar going into the second half, and all first half long, the story has been the shotgun play of Vanquish. The Lancers over the top have done that initial damage. We talk about it time and time again. 20% is the difference between a one-shot down, a one-shot chunk, or a two-shot down. Any one of those three become an option with one or two bullets from somebody's Lancer being precise. Right here, right now, people have to understand Pittsburgh Knights, they're going to have to start playing more like the team we saw against UYU because they're just chaotic right now. They are not able to find their footing against Vanquish.
Individually right now, Vanquish is just playing lights out, and that's transferring into their teamwork. They get that elimination. They're easily able to swarm the remaining players. And I'm going to have to agree with Fallout on this one. If you guys are a Pittsburgh Knights fan, I need to see Vamos way to help PK, or else I don't know what will happen. But early on, Pittsburgh Knights, 2 hills under their control, 1v1 going down between Raver, and I do believe that is Hndles over for the B hill. So that lead, that early lead going over to PK will be stopped for just a moment. It actually has the opportunity to transfer here as Raver does go down to Hndles. Free B capture. Someone's going to fall as well. This is not looking good for PK. Another round could possibly going over to VQ as they're going for a triple cap domination. Monkyz, he's going to be the last one alive. He needs to buy some time. He is full red. Vital's there. He doesn't get the hill. Oh my God, Colin. Just like that, in the blink of an eye, 4-0 going into the half. VQ is looking to hoist the first trophy in not only these players' history, but I believe the organizations as well.
I am not trying to mock anybody, but Identivez did say that they just throw that game out the window. They throw it in the trash. They move on to the next fight. I don't know at what point you start doing that because you're down 4-0, brother. You better figure it out real quick because you're down 4-0. You're already down a map. You lose this round, you're down 2 maps, and you got to win 3 straight. And I don't know how many teams got that kind of guttural instinct with the way Vanquish is playing to do that this weekend. It would take a godlike ability to win 3 straight maps against this Vanquish team. Here we go to the second half. The respawns will refill. The hills will flip. That mid-neutral, it's now going to be over at the helicopter, whereas the homes are going to be the tank and the top of that overlook. And Precision waiting, watching. He's got that incendiary, and boy, howdy, I'm thinking about that incendiary. I'm thinking about this side of the map in PR. I'm thinking about what you showed me on Friday, brother. Why ain't they using it?
Well, I mean, I didn't necessarily show Vanquish. That shows that maybe Vanquish is so shock and heavy. They don't necessarily need any trick strategies. They don't need anything up their sleeve because guess what? By the time you even look up their sleeve, the match is over. They're in your face, triple cap dominating. So now it's going to be up to PK to continue to make these plays, and they have to do it 5 rounds in a row. So they need to make sure they don't deflate, they don't lose any composure, they don't let the momentum slip out from under them. Identivez is going to get taken down. Nice place Ensign from SuMuNs, but one Lancer is not going to be enough. PK Dezonide on the other side of things, doing what he can. You see SuMuNs in that position. He was taken down. Now it's going to be up to a stop here. We've seen Vital go huge all tournament long. Can he make a big play again? No, he cannot. The numbers game from PK is too much in that exchange, and I like what they're doing here. Instead of capturing the hill, they tried to go for the next kill on Precision, but they're forced back. They know this is the BQ hill mill. They're going to be spawning up with spawn shield in just a moment's notice, so we have to adjust. We have to maneuver out of this position.
They're going to be rotating back toward their own home. Acells is going to be behind that tank. 3v1. Wolfpack from Pittsburgh Knights, very strong right now, and it's coming together at the right time. The E-Hill's going back in favor of Vanquish, but now Pittsburgh back over to the home hill of Vanquish. They have this mid-neutral, or they have this home-to-home stretch, and that's a much easier setup for any team playing from that cog spawn, that arrival side of the map. Whereas right now, Vanquish, I think they're not going to spawn in. I think they said, look, oh, they do spawn in. 3 to 4 deep, about to fly at the home hill. Raver backs up, hits a full spread. He's going to continue on down the stairwell, and the revives will come out for both teams. Double shot down with the shotguns. PK answers back. The misroll comes through, and Vanquish look like they will lose their first round because now you definitely don't come back in because that would put Hndles all the way down at 1 out of 4.
Hey, but that spawn up was A-OK. Reptilian gonna be the last member to get taken out. And the reason why I think that was okay though, Colin, is because they're up 4-0 on the second half. Yeah, this might be 1 round PK won. If they lose this next initial, guess what? They can see the round. PK's up 4-2. They don't waste any respawns. They're right back up to where they should be. And even look now, most of those members have 4 respawns, so they're sitting pretty with not only the respawn economy, but a 4-1 lead as well. So that's why this weapon placement is going to be crucial for PK, man. They're gonna put that M bar guard down. We've seen them take over games. I believe it was on Pro League. We've even seen Identivez get headshots through the smoke. But when the pressure is on, can you rise to the occasion? Now is the time, Identivez.
So we see the Incendiary out on the side of Vanquish over on that Pittsburgh Knights side. A free M-bar every round. They're going to quick pick it. They're going to try to get a kill on whoever is trying to cap up that home. And then Identivez immediately turns his attention over to the home hill of Vanquish. They know that they have to make a move somewhere, somehow on the map. Hndles has got a 1v1 over there against Raver. Shot across Acells. He'll be trying to get body damage on anybody from Pittsburgh Knights trying to rotate over to that mid-neutral hill, that helicopter side. Acells can't help from this position. He is stuck here. Know where he can go, know where he can hide. Identivez mounted up top, just trying to find somebody poking their head out in the wrong spot behind that tank. He's going to reload. That active is very crucial because you don't even really have to hit with the... Oh my God, on the opposite side of the map, we got 2 kills breaking out, and Acells got one of them with the M-bar, so now 1 more shot to go. Identivez little rollout won't be caught on, but this is going to be a huge fight breaking out here shortly as Vanquish looks to take control over Pittsburgh Knights' home hill.
Oh, wow, right in the back, 4-1. They're tearing them up. VQ's flirting with a map victory here. But a last-ditch effort from PK. They're able to hold on to this hill. They're able to hold on to this map life. Just a reminder, they are already trailing 1-0 maps due to Vanquish going undefeated throughout the winners bracket. So that is going to be their advantage because you already know Pittsburgh Knights, they lost once earlier, 10-1 to Vanquish. This is the rematch. This is the chance for redemption if you're the Pittsburgh Knights. So far in the later portions of this round, they're making some pretty good rotations, but I need to see more. I need to see them win these individual fights because if that's a breakdown, it's Vanquish winning a lot of them.
Now Vanquish is pushing up onto the home hill. A couple of downs come through. They've got 1 more player to clean up. That's going to be SuMuNs. No revive comes out for him. 2 more players of the Pittsburgh Knights are over here at the mid-neutral. You see them try to roll up. Precision hits that knife right there in the heart and the chest of I don't remember even who it was at this point. He died so long ago. I think it was Dezo. But Raver has won the 1v1 on the opposite side of the map toward the E-hill. Now Raver's going to try to get into that E-hill. But here he has a 1v1 against Vital Sam. Vital Sam's going to hide behind those luggage racks. Raver's coming in. He's going to go for the up A. Trade out. I think that's a favorable play for Vanquish, as they're not going to have the top side of that hill to look down. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh Knights, they're going to try to rotate over to E. Excuse me, they're going to rotate over to F. They're going to try to take this home-to-home advantage once again, down to 30 seconds. Reptilian will go down. Nobody's going to be in the area to save him just yet. Trying to rotate up, and the double kill comes out from Dezonide. Incendiary, beautifully well placed by him. Up top, it's going to be Acells sliding across, trying to get the angle, won't be able to get it. But the quick kill comes out from Precisions, who saves, I believe, an M-bar pickup for PK. I believe the M-bar of Vanquish is up right now.
Not only that, but Vital in the 1v1 against Raver saves the neutral and E. They're attacking forward. They don't want to rely on one. The elimination's coming through. SuMuNs gets taken down. Monkyz forced back. They still need a double decap, and they have to win these fights right in front of them. I said hidden shots are important, and they're important now more than ever. The Lancer shot's being fired from Acells. Reptilian getting that elimination, and the round will be cleaned up by VQ. 5-1, and a 2-0 map lead in your grand finals.
Vanquish will go forward with 1 more map mentality. It is for your life, it is for your championship, it is for your grit and your grind. They must now go to the first map that Pittsburgh Knights would have picked. Yes, that was Vanquish's map pick. They were playing there on that swarm side. We all know it, we all saw it. So we got to go up to this next map. It will be Pittsburgh Knights' map pick. Could this be a different story? They also have to worry about what they're concerned with in that first map. Things that I would be concerned with is the lack of the Wolfpack, the lack of the team fire. The one round that they came away with, they were picture perfect in it, and there was no complaints, nothing I could do, no second guessing out of me. But my goodness gracious, the rest of the game, all you saw was Acells, Precision, Hndles, Reptilian, Vital Lord. They took any and every fight. They were basically walking down the street with some black Air Force Ones on, looking to secure a bag.
Wow. See, and you talked about all those strategy keys to victory. And like I said, I think one of the biggest things that's been helping Vanquish all tournament long, and I don't want to downplay the strategy, I don't want to downplay Great's hard work, but these individuals, Colin, they are not missing a shot. They're not allowing PK to Wolfpack. They're not allowing them to gain any momentum. Time and time again, things like that are happening right in front of their eyes. Multi-kills, triple kills, even those 2v2s that are going battle back and forth are going in way of Vanquish. There's no way the Knights are going to be able to gain any momentum if they're not on the map to get any position, to get any kills. So the number one thing I'm looking at the Pittsburgh Knights to do, specifically players like Monkyz, Raver, and Identivez, pull up that shotgun and start to get loose. You need to start winning these individual battles, trickle that down into your team fights, and then you can start worrying about, am I doing the right strategy? Am I wolfpacking correctly? Because they are not even getting a chance.
And I can't wait to see how they decide to go into this next matchup. You said it yourself. You don't want to downplay MLG Great, and I'm not going to let you downplay MLG Great. I know how many hours him and the analysts for Vanquish have put in this season. Yeah, those guys have played a lot of Gears of War 5 this quarter, this split. That's one of the things that I've harped on as well. Every time I see a tweet like, oh, when we loading this up? Oh, who wants a chawl for this? I always laugh to myself because I said, you know who's not doing that? You know who's in the lab right now? You know who's on the battlefield grinding and working? It was Vanquish. It's why I kept saying they were going to be one of the best teams at the end of the quarter, because this is a game that does require reps. It is a game that requires that kind of pinpoint muscle memory so that when you get into those fights, I hate to say it because a lot of people are going to say it's a brain dead play, but it's almost like you can turn your brain off. Your thumbs will take over. You bounce here, bounce there, get that next cover, you back A somebody, and you don't have to think about that next move. You're just so used to taking those fights. You click it off, and once you win it, you turn it right back on. You know who to answer for, and that also boils down to that coaching staff. The analyst, MLG Great, coming through. He's watching all of these VODs. He knows what the tendencies are of his players, and he's correcting them, and these 5 guys have said, we'll take whatever criticism, we'll take whatever steps necessary, because all 5 of them want something that a lot of people this quarter seem to forget about, and it was being a friggin' champion.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Some people lose sight of what is important right now. You could say whatever about the game, whatever about the tuning changes, strategy change, whatever it may be. Vanquish has taken all of that and they have adapted. They have taken it in stride. And I liked what you said there, how they're always on the game. You can count so many players in this tournament, so many top players in this tournament that don't really play it outside of their scrims. And that shows. You see a lot of mistakes. And that was what I'm talking about. You don't have to worry about missing shots if that is all muscle memory. Vanquish has been playing the same Friday. They've been playing the same Saturday. They've been playing the same Sunday. There is a reason they have not dropped the series and took #1 in the Pro League, like you said. They are just in it to win it. I even see some of the players on PK playing other games where I see Vital Sam asking for some wages, asking for some challenges. You call that man MLG Great. At this point, you might just call him UMG Great.
You can call him great and greatness. Put some respect on a man's name, Mr. Alex. I always say, Mr. Alex, whatever you'd like, sir. I'll help you out as best I can. I don't know what I'm good for. Like, again, I'm just hot air. But we come here to map number 3. We're going to start to focus up on that, thinking about the things going forward that Pittsburgh Knights have got to do. I mean, I would ask you what you think Vanquish needs to do to close out, but
hit a shot. That's it. Stops there.
Okay, I was going to say, is it just boiling down to just keep going?
Keep hitting shots, because honestly, I feel like at this point in time, if Vanquish's tournament life, they can make the wrong play, Wolfpack together, not miss a shot, and still somehow find a way to win. Because on the side of PK, I talked about some of the, you want to talk about some of the keys to victory, they have to start hitting shots. That is #1 and #2. If you want to doubt me, you're saying it's not that simple, go rewatch some of these fights. Tell me which player on VQ is missing, and tell me which players on PK is missing. After that, that's when you want to go ahead and see some of the strats, some of the Wolfpack coming out from PK. These players are leaving each other behind. Right there, when the M-bar was down for Identivez, you saw the difference between Identivez M-bar usage and Acells. Besides the tagged up shots, Acells rotated that around. There was never a moment where PK actually knew where Acells was. On the other side of things, Acells had his eyesight on Identivez the entire time. Even after he got that elimination, he immediately started charging up, looking at Identivez just in case he went for a shot of his own. So you have to make sure you keep the opponent guessing. You can't let your position be known unless there's a reason for it, unless you're setting up a bait, setting up a trap. You have to do better if you're PK. It's simply put.
And we're going to have to see if they do better. They're going to have to tighten it up very quickly here coming into map number 3. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us here, I know it says 2-0. I know you're used to best of 3s. We've been playing them all weekend. But Grand Finals is a best of 5. You must win 3 maps to put your opponent down. But coming from the winner's bracket, Vanquish was gifted a map. So what does that mean? That means they both get to ban out a map, and then it just goes pick until we get to the end of the map cycle to figure out whatever other 4 maps we're going to end up playing on. I want to see Pittsburgh Knights start this first round. I want to see them almost throw, how do I put this? It's gonna be a wrench in their own system of play. We've talked so much about how quick they are, how aggressive they are. Take a page out of Rise's book. Take a page out of UIU's book. Lancer them out. Try to contain that kind of play style, because you know they're going to come for those shotgun fights. You know Vanquish is going to want to throw hands with you at some point. So just watch them come down the lanes, take your sight lines, and try to Lancer out. Try to put some of that damage in before they get there. I know you're trying to match them aggression for aggression, and nobody doubts how good you guys are. Trust me, I might talk my smack from time to time, Identivez, but I would never step to you on the heat of battlefield. It ain't going to happen. I know what would happen to me, so I know how good you guys are. I just want to see you try to maybe even have to switch it up, because what's going on right now, it ain't working.
No, it's definitely not working right now, and just like you said, you're gonna have to pick it up, and the momentum has to start early on in these rounds, because that's the thing about VQ. They're young guns. They don't care if they lose a round, especially when they've been winning all tournament long. You have to start pinning together wins, some momentum, so you have to chain it together. And what that means, if you win one round, that's not enough. You can't start high-fiving. I know they're landing, and high-fiving is so easy at this day and age, but you need to sit your butts in that chair and focus up for the next round. If you lose, no complaints. You shut it up. If you got a complaint, mute that mic and wait for a roll. Wait for a play to be called. Identivez, Monkyz, Dezonide. You wait for those voices to really lead that charge on the back end. Demise really have to step it up. Call some strats. Get in his own team's head and uplift them. We need some positive reinforcement to go through, because some of these players, man, I just don't see it. And I know I'm not staring them in the eyes, but in these situations, I've been there in those boot camps. They get down on themselves. They need to have a pitcher's mentality here, because if they don't, and they don't start off hot here, I kind of fear their comeback potential on this map.
And we're going to have to see what they're going to do right here, right now. You see it on the main stage. The fly-through of Bunker has begun. So we are going to fly around for just a moment and take a good look at how this map has to be played out. We see everybody coming toward the middle of the map. 2 players, top of the bunker, 2 down mid toward that artillery, and then no cap of the home hill for Pittsburgh. They're bringing the extra man into the fight.
That's going to be important here. Taking advantage of that off the rip. Longest respawn timers of the game, so I like the strategy coming through, but Dezonide getting taken down. Identivez gonna fall. Raver is out of the game. A team kill coming through from Dezonide. Can he get the kills necessary to make up for it? No, he cannot. And just like that, they're already getting triple cap dominated. Vanquish came here to play, and to play they shall. 43 seconds, round number 1. I talked about one of the keys to victory, coming out hot if you're the Pittsburgh Knights, and you came out colder than Antarctica during winter.
Oh, God, my God, PR. This is not the call you needed. This is not the first round you needed to see from the side of the Pittsburgh Knights. You needed to see them come out hot, ready to play here. They roll up. They don't even cap up their home hill. Next thing you know, they're starting to die around the map like you called it. The triple cap domination was coming in quick, fast, and in a hurry. Next thing you know, they didn't have anywhere to go and nowhere to hide. And I believe I saw one player from Vanquish already had 3 kills to his name in just the first round, cleaning up 3 out of the 5 members of the Pittsburgh Knights there. We come to the second round now, and Pittsburgh Knights will cap their home hill this time. Precisions will take that top bunker control. Lancer down on a Raver. Raver will be pretty hurt in that position, but it looks like the great answer from Dezonide will take out that first kill. The revives are in. They're going to have to settle in now. They have the 2-to-1 hill advantage, and they have to come away with a point lead to put the pressure onto Vanquish.
Wow. Wow, that kill from Vital. Mere inches to at least get the chunk. The damage would have been good, but he gets the chunk kill, grabs the meat shield. Cross and Monkyz out with the help of Acells, showing him absolutely no mercy, saying, hey, You're going down just like your hopes and dreams here in this finals. PK's gonna have to battle back for another triple cap domination. Someone gets Lancer now. Dezonide gets a kill. That is gonna be a start, but he gets sidelined by Hndles. Identivez gets a big shot out of melee to the ground, and there it goes, 2-0 for Vanquish. Somebody call PK. They need to be woken up.
3 rounds away for Vanquish. They are so close, they can friggin' taste it. I know they're salivating at the mouth. With the way they've played those first 2 rounds, they didn't slow down. They ain't worried about nothing. I think Vital Sam saw Identivez in the smoke and said, I know you're either gonna roll out here into that hill and I'm gonna take you down, or you gonna come out of that cover and I'm gonna take you down. So we just ended up giving a little pot shot. He came off the cover, hit him with the knife, puts him down, got him crawling around, picks up that meat shield, finishes the round. This is one of those things that people underestimate just how good Vanquish has been all quarter long, all split long. When they get a little bit of momentum, they are pushing their advantage. They are not giving anybody room to breathe. They are going to continue to put people in the dirt.
Yeah, this is not looking good for PK. Identivez goes down on the other side. SuMuNs can't get that revive, so Identivez should surely go down. Raver's gonna get one, though, on Acells, so they're doing their best to try to even it up. There's goes another one as SuMuNs takes out Hndles. PK finally fighting back on this initial, but the 2 hills are starting off in Vanquish's position, and the respawn timers are getting shorter as well. Vital Lord is timing Monkyz, making sure that to stagger the deaths. That is important for VQ, as much of their members did get taken out, so you want to stagger as much of the deaths, and that's a nice smoke directly into the ground for Vital, making sure if anybody's chasing them, you're gonna have to run through 1 but 2 smokes in order to catch him, and that's gonna be his moment to strike. So as this one slows down towards the bottom half of the map, VQ is just running up top, putting at least 2 members up there to try to stretch out the numbers from the PK defense. That way there's not 4 players staring at the B hill. So this is gonna be an opportunity for Hndles and Acells to either make a rotation down low or fake up top to continue that play.
And right now, you're going to see PK settle in. They're going to try to throw out these flashes, maybe even stop the members of Vanquish trying to get that Lancer fire on. Throws out a flash, gets a little bit of shots on, but he's not going to be able to do much here. Identivez is going to rotate down to the bottom of the map. Vital Lord will get taken out. Dezonide full red, won't be able to do much in this next fight. He has to worry about the shots from over the top, but now Vanquish knows that they got shut down at B. They need to go for the home-to-home stretch. They need to try to get there quickly as Pittsburgh Knights are on their way to help their teammates. Already Monkyz is backing up into the spawn. They've got members of Pittsburgh Knights lancering down the hill, coming in from the cubby corner doors. They're going to try to shut this down immediately, which they do successfully. The first signs of Pittsburgh Knights in this second round.
And better now than later. You don't want to go down 3-0. That makes the pressure that much more. But these guys are forced to battle back. They have 2 hills under their control, but they need to make sure to not turtle back. And if I know Identivez, he doesn't like to turtle. He likes to have a back plan up his sleeve, a plan B. That's going to be a big kill from Dezonide. That's going to open up the ability for that plan B to slip through. So as soon as VQ makes this push, and it does not become a PK stop, one player will try to slip through, will try to go to C. So it's up to VQ to watch and make sure that no one slips by uncontested.
You see Precision now. He's going to be mounted up just a moment. Last couple of dings will come through. You can hear the gong in the background. You see how Pittsburgh Knights are just trying to hold off this push toward their home hill. About 10 to 20 more seconds before they win it. It's going to be down to 15 before anybody even gets close. Vanquish has to win this fight if they want a chance to get into that home hill, because this Lancer cross across the bottom will X them out as they come into that hill. But downs are coming through. Vanquish have maybe one more hope, but it's not going to come through. The downs are there. They answer back with a little bit of a hump, and that is the love tap and the energy from Pittsburgh Knights I needed to see coming into this map too. They get their first round on the board, and now they continue to hold off the championship march of Vanquish with that first round.
Yeah, the loyal me, the fan version of me, is sitting here saying, yes, we got this. To just continue that momentum on the side of PK. The caster me, the analyst me, I'm thinking that is not enough. I'm still not convinced, even though that round is going over to the Knights. I need to see it more convincingly. I need to see it consistently. I need to see that momentum truly shift over towards PK, because we know in a blink of an eye what VQ can do. They can flash, they can dash, as you say, Colin, and they can get in your face and in that ass.
Woo, baby, they're gonna do that. I guarantee you that. We're gonna see The incendiaries from both teams get picked up. Everybody coming out to this next fight in the artillery. I want to see who can get that first immediate shot with that incendiary, that insta-gib capability. Right now, everybody matched up, stacked up, and it looks like the early point tick will be in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights. So Vanquish is going to have to try to go for that B hill first and foremost. They've got Raver full red here up top, but the initial ice breaking will go to the Pittsburgh Knights. They're going to get a couple of kills, and nobody from Pittsburgh Knights have fallen just yet. So this is a huge advantage for them. They've got one more player up from Vanquish that has to go down, and that's the Lancer Fire I was talking about. I said before the map started they needed to take a page out of UIU or maybe even Rise's book and get that Lancer teamwork going. Well, right here, right now, they've got it revved up and ready to go. Damon Baird would be proud with those engagements. 2 seconds until the domination flashes out, rolling in. They stop the domination for just a moment. B-Hill's gonna have a big 1v1 if Vital can win it, but I don't know if you're even gonna care because I don't think you spawn back in anyway. 2-2, we go to the second half, all knotted up. Those respawns will refill, and the mid-neutral hill will flip up into the bunker. Those home hills will go from the top down to the bottom. Oh, lordy, this is getting tight here in map number 3 of this grand finals.
You know, during that UIU PK match on bunker, I don't think we saw the drop shot at all, and if we did, it was very late into the game, and this is looking like another one of those matches where you don't see a team really convinced, really confident enough to throw that drop shot down early. I do think it's going to be on the side of VQ if it does happen. I think either team might throw down, but I do think it might be VQ because those are the fights they really excel at, Colin. Those chaotic, in-your-face fights where these players have an opportunity to land multiple shots in big moments.
Here we come to the next round, first round of the second half. You see the rotation around that artillery side. Shot on, won't be able to find anything just yet. Nobody down for either team, and this is the thing that we have to worry about.
Oh, this is where it's going to slow down just a little bit, Colin. Just
I mean,
a little bit of a
slow down to a creep.
Especially since they know this. Oh no, a little bit too quick for Monkyz. We're talking about slowing down, and he just gets a little bit ahead of himself. Dezonide actually gets taken down. That's going to be the opening for VQ. Monkyz trying to make a play towards the side, but he took a ton of damage. Raver's going to get taken down. Hndles is down, but not taken out just yet. I do believe the revive went through pretty quick. Precision to make short work of Monkyz. Charging onto the home hill. 16-second respawn timers. This is looking like another VQ round if they're able to close it out. That's another kill on SuMuNs. Identivez is in no man land. The only player that could be a hero is Dezonide. He has to make a 1v2 happen. He does not, but he gets the reset. I don't think Raver's going to be able to touch the hill due to that flame. So yes, Vanquish go up 3-2, one step closer to becoming your champions. 2
rounds away, and yes, PR, I'm gonna be that annoying. I'm gonna announce every time they get 1 round.
Look at Acells. Oh, 10-6. He is just supporting his boys right now.
Hey, look, Acells said, you want to talk about how good I am at shotgunning people? Just check out how good I am at supporting people, all right? You want to see how good I am with every weapon on the game? You want to put some respect on my name and now my fame? I'm going to show you I can do it in any which way, shape, or form. You best believe you come to me, you best come correct. There's that drop shot we talked about, PR. It's going to be a big team fight over at the artillery.
Now these incidents are going to play a big role. We saw Monkyz get ahead of himself last round. He cannot do that here. Smoke's going out. Nice vision being clouded for PK. Raver, Dezonide, they have to second guess a lot of their moves, but Monkyz learns his lesson, gets that kill on Vital. Raver went down for a second, but Dezonide was quick to get that revive. So they have to attack this drop shot. They have to do it quick. Acells kills Monkyz, but the revenge comes through. Dezonide and Raver pick up a pair of kills. Accidental hop over the cover. Reptilian gets taken out. That was almost a blunder. Dezonide gets rewarded the drop shot by Hndles. It's going to be the last survivor here during this exchange, trying to keep VQ alive, but the numbers are just too much. They'll get swarmed out, but I will say the silver lining, Colin, they did start the game with a cap, so they have a 45-point lead here.
So they're going to be able to come back into this if they can get a second hill, but the drop shot isn't going to be in the hands of Dezonide. They're at the E hill. They're going to mount up their defense on that side of the map. Vanquish is going to try to push across the bottom side. 3 members down there. First drop out. Won't be able to find anybody. Precision. He'll rotate around. Dezonide has 1 more shot in the drop if he chooses to use it. Over the top now. He's got 2 players in front of him. I think he has to get shots onto one of them. I think he might go for the player down low. Like the mark onto Dezonide as well. We're going to stay here with him for just a moment. He has the power weapon and he can shut down this defensive retake. Here's one onto Hndles, rolls right back up the hill. He wastes both drop shot rockets, and Precision's in a fight with Raver to the right. Reptilian's pushing up. Dezonide is a little red, but so hurt. They see the kills get cleaned up. Nobody's able to get really a lot of destructive movement going across the half of the map. Dezonide back A fakes once and then up A wraps around the other corner. Now he's going to come in for that revive. The Incendiary comes through from Hndles, gets the kill onto him. Dezonide down as well.
This is going to be big. They have to stay alive. They have to outlast this damage. They're pushing VQ back. Step number one. They have to solidify some of these kills with the Lancer fire from PK. They're setting up a perfect strat, trying to bait them in. PK just needs to take a moment here, assess the situation, figure out where everybody is at, and then make the push. It does look like they're going to try to push up towards the top side of the map. Precision does get taken out. Reptilian in just a moment is going to try to rotate those incense over towards the top half to try to neutralize this decap scenario. He has to be there quick. Nice flank from Hndles, but he gets back aid. Identivez takes him out. There goes another down coming through. Acells is going to fall. Vital's going to fall. I talked about Reptilian with those instants. He didn't get him over fast enough, but this is going to be a defensive opportunity for him with those instants now. Once they swarm starts to happen. Wait, hold on. They're going to come back with two.
I think you chalk it up. I think you chalk this up, but they've already respawned in. Precision is down on 1 respawn PR. They have a 2-map advantage, but if I'm Vanquish, I don't want to give them any life to live. I'm not trying to give Pittsburgh Knights any glimmer of hope. I'm trying to shut them down, and I don't know if that's the smartest play I've seen, but they all respawn in. Monkyz is there in the area. Vanquish is at 225. Swarm win in 20 seconds. Smokes out. Long range from Monkyz. Will find one on Vital Sam. They've got to get a decap somewhere. The second drop shot in will get damaged, but no death. But everybody from Vanquish has fallen. There is the contestation. But I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. The elimination domination's there. It ticks on through. And you see Pittsburgh Knights tie this bad boy up, going in around number 7. Now a best of 3 to settle out our 3rd map of the series.
This is going to be big. PK finding it in them. Continue on the other side of VQ. Finally, in this grand finals, they have themselves a game. Might not have expected it, like you said. This is a best of 5 in maps. VQ does lead 2-0. They could easily give this one away and prepare for map number 4, but just like you said, you know the team, you know Gray, you know they don't want to give it up without an absolute war. I would have said fight, but this is an absolute war here on map number 3. As you see, the flash grenade placed down low. That's going to give them a little bit of advantage, but like I always say, that's not going to help on the initial. They're not going to grab it, so that's only an advantage post-initial. So this is going to be a dead even fight on this initial for the drop shot.
So what we'll see here, both teams trying to rotate in, and once again, the Incendiary is my big talking point on Bunker. Anytime it gets placed out here, because that initial kill, that ice-breaking kill with the Incendiary is always so huge. Both teams trade out a kill, 4v4 on the map. Now Acells has one in front of him. Oh, there we go. Settle it up there, big boy. Settle it up. Now the up A comes through for Reptilian, finishes off another kill. That's a couple of dead for the Pittsburgh Knights. They should have this initial under wraps. SuMuNs, top of that ledge. We'll have a couple of shots down the road, but triple cap is threatened. But a team kill from Vital Lord, a blunder we don't often see from Sam. The Incendiary turns around and fixes some of that mistake, but he has to make sure he is okay with that drop on his back. He's still got one rocket in his pocket to try to secure the defensive stand here, but it is tied up. Vanquish have a 60-point lead, but it's only going to get that much bigger because they have the 2-1 hill advantage.
Yep. They're going to have to start making some move. It has to be quick, Colin. Drop shot's not going to be up for a little bit, probably about another minute. Instance in the hands of Monkyz. You can't let them rack up this much time, and especially, you know how fast VQ can flip the switch and turn things on its side. You have to probably break this before it hits 150, or at least do something. But I will say, early on, I said it, on last-second pushes, I think BK has some of the highest percentage of it being successful. Does that lead to map wins at all times? No, it does not, but this has to be one of those opportunities. But there goes a big shutdown from Acells and Hndles. They say, I don't care about your percentage. I don't care what you got against these other teams. We're Vanquish, and we're going to vanquish those opportunities.
1 round away, PR. And I started laughing during your little monologue there because Precision was on that top cover. He takes a couple of shots. He hit 1 pellet out of 3 shots. So 8 pellets per shot. You're looking at 24 pellets he could have hit. He hit 1. He hit 1 pellet out of 24. He rotated all the way around the top of the staircase. He came down to try to help his teammate. By the time he gets there, one of those guys is chunked. The other is down. And Precision just pulls up. Nasher in hand and has nothing else to do. Like, he's like, Oh,
it's just one of those moments in the back of his head. He's like, God, I hope no one saw that one. But you know what? Tom catches everything.
Yeah, you gotta dap him up and just move on with your life. You dap him up, move on with your life. Thank him for his hard work in that 2v1 fight. We come here, round number 8. Pittsburgh Knights have to answer. This is now tournament life for them. One more round gone. They lose. They're out. VQ's your champions. We come to the round. Smoke's out for both teams. Pittsburgh Knights a little hesitant to move around into that drop shot area, but a lot of damage out. There it is. Monkyz with the ice-breaking incendiary will give his team an advantage early in this round.
Yep. They have to play perfect here. Raver is going to be left down. Vital's just waiting for that moment. Somebody goes for the revive or tries to get a free kill. He's going to go ahead and bleed out there, but the drop shot did go on over to Dezonide. There goes another double down, though. Is anybody going to be there? This would be a perfect time for that drop shot. Identivez does get the first shot, but here comes the trade. Reptilian goes down. Drop shot from downtown on Vital. A great victory in that battle for PK. But like I keep saying, you need to get more. You need to continue this domination because that is just simply not enough. You're going to finally get the capture on this hill, but why is Hndles still allowed to sit here? Chase him out. Get him out of this position because he will be a thorn in your side.
What we're going to see Hndles do is continue to apply pressure top side of the bunker. He's going to get rotated on by 2 members of the Pittsburgh Knights, but the down comes out middle of the map. Identivez will be down, but nobody's going to be able to clean him up just yet. Acells tries his hand. He goes for the quick kill. Precision on 1 out of 4 lives. They're going to try to Lancer down Raver as well. They're getting downs, but they're not getting kills, and this is the same thing that came back to bite every other team this weekend that thought they could beat the Pittsburgh Knights in the butt, and it's that fact that they can't clean up the kills. Pittsburgh Knights are coming away with revives and respawns because they're not losing lives. See now, Precision will die. Precision's going to be still alive, but that's going to be end of Reptilian's life. He'll be on 2 out of 4 respawns. Hndles, he's going to try to get back inside that mid-cut. He's going to be full red. He has to be careful. He's going to get Lancer from the outside. Now the pickup from Dezonide. Under 60 seconds for them to come back in this. Precision's going to push across home to home. Not going to be able to do anything. He's going to have to rotate back, but he's going to be caught off. And Identivez will make sure they get that kill. I don't believe Precision respawns in this round.
No. You already got Acells, Vital. They're conceding this one away. Vanquish wants as many respawns as humanly possible because they're prepared to fight one hell of a round number 9. You said it, Colin. I said it. Vanquish can easily move on to map number 4 and have a pitcher's mentality. Forget this one happens, but they don't want to take it there. They want to end it in 3. They want to win this without dropping a map to PK at all throughout this tournament.
We will go to a round 9 PR, and I'm starting to think, you remember way back when, and when I say way back when, I mean only about 10 or 11 months, when we were sitting in Mexico City on the desk and Pittsburgh Knights were on that loser's bracket run all the way back to grand finals?
Yep.
You remember how we nicknamed them the Cardiac Kids? Because they just kept coming back from the depths of the abyss? Every time they end up on a round 9 this weekend, I swear for God, I feel like they win it. And right now, if I'm Pittsburgh Knights or their fandom, I'm saying, all right, I think we got this. We're on a round 9. This is where we excel. We're good at these.
Do you see that? Do you see what Tom's showing us right now? A 20 bomb coming out from Dezonide. He missed that online finals before. He's not missing this one. You might be down 2-0, but it's not over until you take the last dying breath away from the Pittsburgh Knights. On this one, Dezonide's pushing right up. Quick early stun. Neither team is actually going to get stuns on anybody. It's going to slow down just a little bit, but Pittsburgh Knights are setting their numbers for this neutral. They want the early point lead, but they're giving up the drop shot. Great kills from Dezonide. That's going to be number 21, but he gets Lancered out. Take it out. Reptilian down with the drop shot. Raver with a huge flank. This is the opportunity that PK needs.
And they are going to come away with the initial. They're going to come away with the 2-1 hill setup and all the kills. I don't believe they're going to get the drop, though, because I believe it was backpacked. So you're going to see, even though they die and get the kills out, they slay out. I don't think they come away with the power weapon. Just the 2-1 hill advantage, which is good for Vanquish. They can still come back into this, and they don't have to worry about the insta-give mentality of that drop. Hndles pushes up. He's trying to get information. He's going to throw a smoke to that back left corner. He's going to try to mark him out. Any marks, though, from the side of Identivez is going to keep Hndles really rotating. I love the movement. He's going to keep trying to keep putting him on skates. Raver's going to back all the way up. Still has a Lancer out. Hndles pushes up. And I love this. Hndles is literally playing distraction. He's like Wile E. Coyote out there. He gets a kill out of it as well onto Raver.
And that original guy they were chasing, Vital flanked him. Identivez did get taken out. Reptilian here is going to be the only kill that they can grab. Can he reach the
God.
There's only Monkyz. Can Monkyz touch it? He gets the touch. The hill is being decapped on the other side of the map. It comes through. PK is going to keep this one going. On the other side, though, Vital, he's fighting in the home hill of Knights. Everything he does here is bonus. this. Raver gets taken out on the other side. Actually, no, he's actually still alive. Him, SuMuNs, and Monkyz on the other side of the map, they're the ones keeping this tournament alive for PK. But like I keep saying, it is not enough. 2 hills over to Vanquish. They're just eating up the competition right now.
And what you got to know, Precision is on his last life, ladies and gentlemen. If he goes out, they've sent him to top bunker. He's going to have to play defense. Pittsburgh Knights know what the kind of setup they have is. They're going to rotate over to the artillery side. They're going to try to get control over that drop shot. You see the shots from Raver. He's going to get taken down by Vital Sam. That is going to put Raver down to 1 final respawn. 2 kills come through. All of Vanquish is still putting the pressure onto PK, and PK doesn't have their home hill back yet. And you see multiple members of Vanquish trying to move into position to try to get a retake there on that drop shot, but Precision has put himself in the danger zone. Acells is there, the downs come through, Precision's gonna get the revive, but he needs to be careful. He has to rotate out. You cannot leave him in this position. Multiple members of the Pittsburgh Knights are down once again. The revives will come through, Hndles will clean up yet another kill. They're going for their home hill. That's gonna continue to put pressure on. Precision though, puts himself in the danger zone, lives yet again. He's gonna get that drop. PR, they have eclipsed the 200 marker. They are down to just 20 seconds. They have the drop. They have the 2-to-1 hill advantage. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. I don't think you have enough time to get across the map and to get those respawns. We are underneath 9 seconds. Drop shot in, drop shot out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, nobody will get to a hill. Vanquish, they are your new world champions of Gears Esports, winning 5-4, map number 3. They shut down the Pittsburgh Knights in grand finals and win it 3-0.
Just want to take a breather there. Just let that one sink in, Colin. Vanquish, the most passionate team, the team that has never given up throughout the course of the season. #1 in Pro League, #1 at the Major, the new Kings of the Mountain. Congratulations to all 5 of them, and the 6th man behind the scenes, the guy that's been doing great interviews all weekend long, MLG Great. And honestly, Colin, history has been made.
My heart is pounding and my hands are shaking for the simple fact that for the first time in forever, we are seeing 5 brand new faces atop the mountain of Gears Esports. And I could not be more proud or more happy for any of those gentlemen coming out and showing out all championship Sunday. I am just besides myself with how great they played all weekend long. Right there at the end, Precision, the confidence he has and the faith in his teammates that he has to put himself directly in the power weapon fight and not die. On his last life, to not die, come away with the final kill, the Rockets, and to help secure in those last 15 to 20 seconds the 2-to-1 hill cap to get over that 200-point threshold. PR, I'm beside myself with emotion for how great those guys are.
Yep, it just did it in a 3-0 fashion. So yeah, they might have started up 1-0 in finals, but Colin, if this was a best of 3, it would have been the same result. We got about 90 plus seconds of replays here and shows this was an all-out war. This was a bloodbath. This went down to round number 9. None of us would have guessed either one of these teams really being in this position. Backs up against the wall, Knights, VQ dominating the competition, and they did it time and time again. They clutched up, and that's one thing that you got to take note of, the way they did it as well, Colin. They didn't do it by playing back. They didn't do it by lancering. They did it purely out of dominant skill with their aggressive strategies. Yeah, there might have been a few moments they backrolled in lancering. That's just so they could finish them with their shotgun in the end.
And that was here comes that pull-up. He pulls up, both of them are dead. Precision's like, hey, brother, thanks. I appreciate you. Daps him up, moves on with his life. There's the drop shot. We're going to see a couple of more kills come out. Look, it can't be understated. Pittsburgh Knights, they fought valiantly to get here. They went up against one of the more stout teams in our entire world, that is UYU, and come out on top in back-to-back round 9s, beating them 2-0. They come up, though, to Vanquish, and it's one of those things where you cannot take away how well Pittsburgh Knights, commiserations to them. Second place ain't bad for a lot of teams in this world, but I know it's not the placement that they would have wanted or envisioned coming into this tournament. But I'm telling you right now, PR, I think I can't harp on it enough. I'm stuttering because of how emotional I am about it. I love the fact that Vanquish proved a lot of us, I don't want to say wrong, they proved a lot of us right in the idea that, again, Gears has to have something from right here. It's got to come from the pit of your stomach, boil up through your heart, and manifest with your head and your hands. To play this game at a championship level is something very few have ever achieved. That's why I don't know if it gets through people's skulls that having 5 brand new champions, first-time winners, come out of a tournament is as big as it is in our sport, in our esport, because all we've talked about is dynasties. We have talked about how great people have been historically. We even give shout outs to guys that come in the chat like Insane Warrior, part of the Insanes, that set up some of these great dynastic relationships we've had. The Infinity, the Insanes, Optic, Denial, Enemy, whatever banner they fought under, Envious, whatever fight they put out and forth in our storied history. I am so emotionally happy for these guys because they played the game day in and day out. They're not looking for Charles on any other match, on any other game. They're not up at 4 a.m. talking about the game and how bad it is. They say, look, this is the hand we're dealt. This is the style we're going to play. We're going to grind this thing out. We're going to make sure that we get a victory for our org, for ourselves, for our family, for our friends, for everybody that supports us. So big shouts out to all of Vanquish, all the way up to Renaissance King. Big shouts out to that entire team of Acells, Vital, Sam, Precision, Reptilian, and Hndles. The coaching staff with MLG Great headlining that. I can't thank you enough for showing that something that has to start down here manifests in a trophy above your head, PR.
And that surely shows exactly what you said. Hard work pays off. And the only thing that can beat hard work is hard work followed by passion, because you guys can go ahead and go on Twitter right now, as some of you already have on Saturday when you got eliminated, early on Sunday when you got eliminated. Make your excuses, online this, online that, but you can't look me in the face right now and tell me you did 110% everything in your power to win this event, to practice for the event. And I'm not talking about just in scrims. I'm not talking about just VOD. I'm talking about those long overtime hours. I'm talking about waking up early, living, eating, breathing Gears of War, because these players on VQ, they did just that. It didn't matter if it was a 1v1 UMG match. It didn't matter if it was a pickup scrim. Heck, it didn't even matter if it was a King of the Hill ranked match. They give it their all. They don't like to lose, and they love supporting the game as well. So make sure when you guys go on Twitter and you went ahead and make your excuses, you type your online this, your online that, make sure you put an asterisk on there and said, hey, even though I'm going to make these excuses, I still didn't do everything I needed to do.
Excuses serve nobody but themselves, and they are good for nothing. Stop making them. Learn from this. Move forward. But look, PR, that's going to be it for you and me, brother. I mean, I had a fantastic time getting to cast all weekend with you. I have expunged every ounce of energy and love I have for this esport, for these players, for these fans, and for you, because I hope I was a good enough partner once again. But I do believe we've got to send it over to somebody else, probably that's got some more insight than both of us combined. I'm going to have to go ahead and throw this bad boy over. I know we're called and ready for it. So once I get a little bit of a countdown from the voice of God, because my man, he's been there. He's had my back all weekend. I want you to know we're throwing it over right now. Thank you so much. We love you.